The college basketball and college football experience weekend bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. What are you doing, folks? Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. We're also brought to you by the SGPN app. The SGPN app is completely free to download at home to all your favorite SGPN podcasts, contests, and picks. Just type SGPN into the App Store or Google Play Store today to download America's #1 DGen app. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, this is Eric Metcalf. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football and college basketball weekend bombs. The slate is fantastic. You got games on Friday, games on Saturday. There's games on Sunday too, NFL games. But I mean, and look, Sports Gambling Podcast will have you covered for that next part of this. The C block is exclusive this fine day because it went from the bottom line bombs to the weekend bombs on the college football experience. And next up, we got the Sports Gambling Podcast prop bombs. Yes, prop bombs. If you're wondering just who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, terrorist pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
When's the last time you called someone lemon-headed?
Lemon-headed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely high school gym class when the guy.
So you can remember a time where you're like, you lemon-headed bastard.
It was my thing. Catchphrase. Yeah.
The
old Lemonhead Sullivan coming around.
Yeah. Hey, they used to have those candies, Lemonheads. Those things are done, huh?
Yeah.
Still don't have those anymore.
That was for. I used to keep a pack of Lemonheads in my sock. Because that would get the
get the girls to come over.
You know, the girls that would walk during gym class, like, everyone's running the mile.
Doing the mile,
yeah,
doing that
she's
walk?
walking it. And her,
you got lemon heads?
Yeah. She's eating lemon head. She's wearing Cookie Monster pajama pants. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I know all about them. I used to have the bonkers set out for them. Remember bonkers?
Leave a trail of bonkers for little hoochies.
I am joined by my co-host on this very show, The Weekend Bombs. He is the host of the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. He is better known as the Bet Detective. We'll see if he's on the case today. Give it up for C.J. Sullivan. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Welcome. And speaking of the Bet Detective, new shirts on the merch store. If you go to the SGPN merch store, just dropped today.
The Bet Detective shirts.
The Bet Detective shirts. See, just
what are you doing, folks? Get on over there. Dress in style. It's the holidays. There's all these fucking parties. You got New Year's on deck.
Nothing. Yeah, right. We'll garner more attention. And what's that than the bet there ever is? The Bet Detective.
Look. When the ball's dropping, you want to be kissing some Nancy. All right. Get one of these Bet Detective t-shirts.
Little gumshoe. I was going to draw them all in.
Let's go.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, so dude, we got a loaded slate. I know you're holding on to some hot tickets. All right.
I know. Well, I mean, bowl season is starting off this weekend. It's very exciting.
I can tell by your fucking voice.
No, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm very excited. I'm more excited for this. Did you see the Prime video cup? Him and
Talking
Deion Sanders, him and Jay Norvell from the Colorado State game. They almost came to blows at the halftime.
Ooh.
You know, Prime's got his Amazon or whatever, his documentary series. Yeah. Coach Prime on Prime, whatever. And the clip of them shaking hands, whatever. Prime was ready to roll.
You know what I like about that is you got two old school NFL defensive backs. I got to be honest. I'm a Colorado fan, but I might have to bet on Norvell. He was on that 86 Bears team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those were
playing safety for him. Shout out to the chat. We got Gabe Upsex saying, checking in for work, seeing if Kobe's still mad about Florida State getting screwed. Yeah, sure. Yeah, Invitational sucks. Florida State did get screwed. But so, yeah, still mad. Even though I do hate Florida State, noted Florida State hater.
That's the thing with this. That's why it's not a full-on, anarchy, like uprising, injustice, because people can't rally behind Florida State.
Yeah.
As being a character, like this underdog that's getting screwed because you're Florida State, and you think you matter, but you don't.
Very true. Now I did see, and shout out to Hoover as well. It goes, shout out to Dundee and CJ. Thank you for all the hard work that we do. Would you say this is hard work? I don't know if it's hard work. No, he didn't put hard work in there, but
he didn't put hard work.
No,
you just said it up there.
He just said, I set it up there.
That's hilarious.
It
is hard.
Look
God,
right there,
hard work to be this good. Of course it is.
White man can't
Come
jump
on
reference,
now, right? It's hard work. Not the Jack Harlow version, you kids.
I'm gonna go to my car, get my other gun. All right,
shoot all you motherfuckers. Did you see the new one? I tried to watch the new one.
I won't.
It is such an insult,
dude. Come on,
It's a disgrace.
I just saw this morning the preview for the new Beverly Hills Cop, and I'm like, I mean, the preview made it look better than Blues Brothers 2.
What a standard that is.
What is the best? Like, you know which one was secretly shitty?
Secretly shitty. I like that series.
Total Recall remake.
Ooh.
When they had Colin Farrell.
Yeah, those are the ones they slipped in there.
They slipped in a few.
Running Man. They did.
Overboard. They even did fucking Overboard.
Yeah, they made it a chick, right, or something, or they made it a guy, or they made it a guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Are we what are we talking about
here? Have they done a good one?
What, a reboot one?
Yeah. What's a good reboot?
Well, I mean,
I know I'm hot potatoing you here.
Yeah, no shit. You're giving me lines for Saturday's hoop games, and now I gotta go for fucking.
Now we're talking about Overboard.
I'll have to think on that. You know what? Yeah. You know what's a sneaky one? It's not bad if you watch it. The problem with the reboot is you have to get that original out of your head. You can't just, you know what I mean? You can't compare it to that.
Yeah.
But the Vacation reboot they did with Ed Helms or whatever like that, it's It's got some good jokes in
it
there.
It does.
You know what I mean? It's doable. It's not as bad as you think. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be.
What's worse, the reboot or the late ass sequel?
Right. The sequel nobody asked for.
They snuck in a Roadhouse 2. I was going down my TV channels and Roadhouse 2 is out there. I'm like, when the fuck did this come out?
Well, then there's the Roadhouse. I was straight to.
I'm making that
straight to Redbox. Straight to Redbox. But then you have the sequels. They'll pile on sequels. Like, why haven't we done a third or fourth? The other one made money. Like they're just
like Universal Soldiers got like a bunch that just you never even heard of. Burt Reynolds in one.
And these Ghostbuster sequels are unrelenting.
Oh.
Like, what are we doing here? Nobody's asking for these.
I know. Those ones drive me crazy.
I mean, it's a series.
I boycotted the last one.
Boycott. You leave it. But they act like it's just like, but I'm not boycotting them. I'm just not going, but I'm not going to be angry. You can't ruin the franchise. There's no franchise. Yeah, it was one movie we liked, a sequel with a Bobby Brown soundtrack. That was terrible.
Yeah.
The movie was terrible. The soundtrack was
fantastic.
Great. Love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Love
if it's
Bobby.
Up to us, we got to take control.
Goddamn right. Love Bobby B. Love the soundtrack. The movie was bad. And now they're acting like we give a shit about the ghosts. Yeah. Like, no, we
fucking believe
we liked Murray and Aykroyd. All right, Jesus,
just killing me here on all that shit.
There's
but
like baby Ghostbusters and whatever.
oh, I mean, look, dude, there's a lot of shit that was remade that's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm drawing a blank. Remember Major League 3, Back to the Minors?
Back to the Minors. Well, when you start getting to the sequels,
They just throw Scott Bakula in there. We're supposed to know who this character is.
I know. Well, then they
did a Sandlot sequel too. Did you know that? They did a Christmas Story sequel. Haven't watched it.
What do you think about the Planet of the Apes reboots? That's if you want to talk about a series. That's interesting. They rebooted an entire franchise. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, there's 8 of those. Let's redo all 8.
And they've done them a couple times. They're like, yeah, let's throw Wahlberg in there.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, what? Who's in the other one? Edward Norton.
Oh yeah. Then it gets into Franco. He's in there.
They're throwing everybody.
Right, who
it's like, hey, do we got a white guy who can kind of act? You know what I mean? Let's throw him in there.
I'm looking at the chat. Someone's Mad Max is so that's a reboot, the Fury Road. I imagine that is.
Well, no, that's a new chapter.
Is it?
It's not. Yeah, it's not based on. I'm a big Mad Max guy, so
yeah,
I know
love
that.
Mad Max. Road Warrior.
Yeah,
is the best.
Yeah, but so it's not. It's not a remake of a previous Mad Max, but it is a new chapter to the Mad Max. If that makes sense.
Mad Max Fury Road is in the universe of Mad Max. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
I think I'd argue that. I think that's
Beyond Thunderdome.
I think
Road Warrior.
Right.
No.
I don't think it's part of that. I think it's just. I think it's adjacent in the universe. Like it's a reboot.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
what about Prometheus? Are you going to say that's aliens?
And I ain't no Comic-Con guy here. I don't got no fungos. Or
Prometheus, is that counting for aliens or no?
Prometheus. Yeah. I mean, Prometheus was.
I mean, right now fans came here for Hot Winners, and we're talking about Prometheus.
You started this.
Sounds like a D3 school.
All right, let's get off it then. And we already did the Police Academy theory. Did I do the Police Academy theory out there? Or did I do this on the microphone?
I can't remember. I know I heard it.
Right.
I think it was out there.
Yeah.
I think it was out there. Look, folks, don't worry.
That'll come up organically.
Yeah, all off season.
Actually, that's actually for the bowls. That's for the bowl seasons when they have new coaches. That's this is how we're bringing this back around, Colby.
Yeah.
This is how we're bringing it back around.
Yeah, I like
so
this.
now a lot of the bowl analysis that we're going to do, you're going to have new coaching regimes because coaches move on otherwise. You have fucking North Dakota going to be a linebacker coach at USC for Christ's sakes.
This perfect metaphor for Scott Bakula being in Major League Back to the Minors.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
That's 100% right. Now, what they should have done, Major League, is the problem with Police Academy did when they lost Mahomes after Miami. Mahoney.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahoney's.
Yeah.
Sergeant Mahone.
Yeah.
Mahoney, right.
Yeah.
Gutenberg. They just replaced him. They got a new Mahomes.
Yeah, let's threw him in there.
They hired from outside instead of hiring from within and promoting. Get Tackleberry up there. Get Sweet Chucks. Anybody. Bubba Smith. You know. And then then the ranks. Then everyone feels good about
Captain
it.
Harris.
Captain Harris. Whatever. Mauser. Doogie Hatwell.
Commandant Lassard.
But what I'm saying is you promote from within. But when you outsource. And you bring in another Mahomes, some fucking duplicate. Same thing with Major League. You bring in back. Who the fuck is back to it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there was a lot of friction on set.
Exactly.
You know, just from talking to people I know.
I don't care if it's your fourth Willie Mays Hayes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Make him another one, but make him the fucking captain now.
Yeah.
And then you can see the tension on the set within the units. And that's what happens in our bowl games.
Exactly. These bowl games.
Yeah.
You're sitting there wondering what the fuck is happening here. And it's just like having some fake Swayze in Roadhouse too.
They got to hire within an interim, a linebacker coach. You at least give him the shot for the bowl game is what I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to hire him for next year, but let him finish out the bowl game.
Yeah.
Citizens on patrol. Let's do it.
Give Mahoney his chance. All right.
Right. Give Tackleberry.
Folks.
Give Hooks a chance. I don't give a shit.
It's true. Hooks.
Let her
underrated.
try it. She was great. Hooks was
great.
fantastic.
Now, Motormouth Jones. I was going to be able to open up for him in Pennsylvania. Somewhere.
Winslow?
Yeah, and he gave me the no.
He's a weird guy.
I was told I was not allowed to open because I had a joke about eating pussy. So
is he religious?
I guess he maybe found God. All that Police Academy money.
Yeah.
So
Spaceballs money.
Spaceballs money. I like him. I was a fan.
Who didn't like Michael Winslow? But
and maybe, and you know what? I actually like him more for telling me I'm a piece of shit.
he looks like a weird guy.
Folks, we're gonna get to picking some winners here.
We'll get to it. Don't worry, folks.
Look, good or evil will always triumph over good because good is dumb. All right. But you know what's great is Underdog Fantasy.
There we go.
We are brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Look, Underdog Fantasy has a way to play alongside your favorite fantasy players all season long. They got NFL, NBA, NHL, college football, college basketball. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite players' fantasy stats and cash in. I can't recommend this service enough. I use this every day. Use it every day. Now, they don't have college basketball games yet for tomorrow. They will. And you better believe we'll cover it on tonight's college basketball experience episode. But you can't find this shit anywhere else. And I know they're paying us to say this, but I really buy into this one. You know what I mean? Like, look, a year ago we were reading dick pill reads. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
Yeah, and I buy into that.
That one definitely bought twice. Look, matter of fact, I still advertise even though they don't pay us anymore. Swing your sword.
Yeah, swing your sword, as Coach Leach said. So watch along, make picks, and maybe make a little extra cash on Underdog's mobile app or website, UnderdogFantasy.com. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code TCE SGPN. I'm sorry, TCE SGPN is the promo code we need. Yeah, so check that out, folks. I highly recommend it. And look, if you do that, take a screenshot of you signing up. Find me on Twitter at @TheColbyD. We might get you a little college basketball experience T-shirt or college football experience T-shirt. Your pick. How about that? So TCE SGPN promo code over at Underdog Fantasy. All right, we are back on the weekend bombs, buddy. Friday night.
All right, what are we doing?
You got a future. I got a future. What are we gonna do with these Great Danes of Albany in the FCS playoffs? This game's on, I think, ESPN or ESPN2. As they head into Brookings, South Dakota, they call this place the Dyke House. I mean, 20. I'm almost like baffled by these lines they keep throwing out.
20.5. I locked up 21 as soon as I saw it.
I got a 21.5.
Beautiful, buddy. Beautiful.
But I think it's hitting. All three are hitting.
Yeah.
Well, I made this case on last night's show. The wind was such a factor; it helped favor Villanova last week because neither team could throw the ball. If it was as windy as it was last week, this week, I think South Dakota State would roll because Albany doesn't bang like South Dakota State.
No.
But it's not that windy, according to the old internet.
And their quarterback is mobile.
Yes, the big Poff.
Big Poff, but he doesn't bang.
But no, they spread the field, man. They got a couple of guys that I think can really take advantage now that we don't have any shitty wins. I think Albany's covering this, and I think I understand South Dakota State is undefeated, won the national championship last year, but we were in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Albany could win this game.
I'll say this, and I have a 40-1 future on Albany. That started right before the playoffs started. You can still get them right now 25-1, which is pretty insane for a team that's in the Final Four. Final Four.
Get in.
South Dakota State looked very vulnerable. Yes, whether what conditions were a problem, but they should have lost that game.
Yeah, that block punt was everything. Shout out to the chat. Bet boy Tony C. Man, Tony's the man. He says, my guy Dundee, let's get some fucking money. I say we start right here with the Great Danes with the points.
I love
sprinkle a little bit on that money line.
Yeah, I can't even get a money line in the game right now, but I'm definitely sprinkling plus 21, plus 20.5, whatever you want to get.
The key, I think, for Albany, load the box. Don't let Isaiah Davis beat you. That's the key to me. And obviously, don't turn the ball over. Poffenberger on the offensive side of the ball. But I think they can get it done.
They survived that trash dome up there in Idaho. I mean, I'm not afraid of anything.
Fucking Moscow. All right. Well, come on. We also have on Friday.
Idaho's receivers were incredible. They just couldn't get the ball to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And that quarterback hit the portal right after. Sent him out of here. College football 2023. So at the same time, Friday.
Yep.
We got while that game's going on, you will have the D3 national championship, but we don't have a line on that yet. See if you can get that. Talk to your guy in the alley. But we got a barn burner in college basketball. UConn heading. They're not playing at the Kennel, but they're going to Seattle to the McCarthy Athletic Center. Oh no, this is in Spokane. This is just not at the Kennel. What the fuck? What are you doing? You're already in Spokane.
Where are they at? They're at that arena across from the park there with the big wagon, the big
but why not just
the
play
big
this?
Red Rider wagon there they have there where they have Pig in the Park every summer. Shout out to Spokane.
Good people of Spokane.
They got a good gondola there. Yeah. If you think you can, you Spokane.
I spent a little time in Spokane.
Yeah, dude. Spokane Comedy Club up there. And there's that arena there where they have concerts. I bet that's where they're having a game because the campus is about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
From it. For the big games. Yeah. I don't like that. I hate when schools get rid of their home court advantage.
Play this shit at the Kennel.
Right. Because they're playing a bigger opponent. Fuck that. Put them in that Kennel.
Yeah.
Let them hear it.
So here's the thing though. UConn and Gonzaga met a year ago.
Yep.
In the NCAA tournament, March 25th to be
correct.
UConn won by almost 30 points.
Yeah.
28
that was
win.
Fresh off their UCLA win. Gonzaga, they were spent, but UConn, that was when UConn was just rolling through everybody.
28-point win. Now the Zags have had kind of they've looked all right this year. They beat UCLA, they beat USC, but they lost to Purdue.
They did.
And they just lost to Washington. So there's a couple red flags there.
Yeah, I don't know what to think about this Gonzaga team.
I see this line sitting there at 5.5. Gonzaga, a home dog, somewhat.
I mean, they're still going cross country if you're Connecticut. Either way, it's still a tough arena, no matter what it is. They're Spokaneys. They're a bit wild up there. They're it's kind of don't let Eastern Washington fool you up there. I mean, it's near Idaho. They believe in their freedom. Wink, wink.
they do. Watch out for the U-Hauls.
Yeah,
I mean, that ain't furniture they're moving. All right.
So you're talking me into. I think I can see this pup biting.
I think we got a potential bomb. Potential bomb. Great. That Ike kid they brought in from Laramie from Wyoming.
Yeah,
he's good. Anton Watson can play, and they got Nebhard coming in. I think the crowd is going to get behind them. It's a Friday night. It's a good reason to go out and drink. There's not a lot of reason to go out and drink in Spokane.
No, but all they do is fentanyl out there. I've been and you'll see plenty of that in the streets. They have a straight up addiction problem.
Yeah,
just like the rest of this country. I mean, not to single them out.
Yeah,
they're doing their best. But they love their Zacks. They do love their Bulldogs. So
Alfred in the chat says, "I'll do whatever the man in the box says on this game."
Oh boy, you're really putting.
So the pressure's on you. I don't want to leave. I'm just saying, it's a far trip. Gonzaga's coming off that recent Washington loss.
It is.
It's a mid-size yapper.
Kind of a look ahead. 5.5 is too much. First of all,
let's take the points.
Definitely take the points. Sprinkle it on a money line. The man in the box says, "We'll bark it, bomb it, Gonzaga."
I like this play. That's what I was looking for. Okay. That's the best game on Friday.
Right. Great game. I'm not fully sold on Gonzaga, but I'll take them this Friday night.
Yeah, you definitely don't seem like someone who's sold on Gonzaga.
Not long term. No.
Okay.
They're not a Grand Canyon in my eyes.
Okay. Yeah, your Grand Canyon. Let's the Saturday slate though.
Yes.
I mean, hold on. I want to mention one more game on Friday.
On Friday night,
CBS Sports Network covering this one. You might remember. So what's great about these two schools is they fucking hate each other. We had last season.
Speaking of meth.
Yeah. Yes. Last season, if in case you might forget, New Mexico State, they got in a little dust up against New Mexico at the football game. The basketball players were at the football game, and they said, "Hey." They told this girl that was going to the University of Mexico to invite that player up here because this guy was talking to her.
Mm-hmm.
He goes up there, and he's thinking he's going to get some ass. He hops in a room.
Get a little lucky.
and there's 4 guys here to beat the shit out of him. He jumps out of a fucking window, right? Jumps out of a window to escape them beating his ass. They are shooting at him.
Jesus.
He shoots back. Someone does die. But it was deemed self-defense. But you had this big situation where the gun gets passed to the assistant coach at New Mexico State. The whole staff's fired. Just crazy scenario. And then in football, you had Diego pissing Pavia. All over, and he's the quarterback for New Mexico State.
Shout out who said he will be playing in this bowl game, by the way.
He's the fucking best, man. I love that guy. Yeah. Right? And he was at New Mexico's field and pissed on New Mexico's logo. So this game's got a lot. And look, they played earlier this year. And New Mexico, this was at the Pit there in Albuquerque, one of the best places to catch a college basketball game.
Tough place to play.
You got to remember, New Mexico is bringing in a brand new roster, brand new coach on New Mexico State. That is, they lost by 44.
44 at the Pit. All right, run it back. I like that even more. I like that
Pan American Center in Las Cruces, New Mexico. 9-1 New Mexico. The Lobos, by the way, Jamal Mashburn Jr. Game time decision. But New Mexico State 5-6. 5-6. Can they do it? They're catching 15.5 points.
I love it.
I think
14. I love everything. Loaded guns.
Oh yeah.
Big gun loaded. Little gun was loaded. Yeah. Pissing.
Yeah.
Think you're doing one thing with your gun. You have to use your other gun.
I think we load up. On these Aggies. All right. Yes. Where the hell is my theme music? Yeah. Friday night. Take a little flyer. Take a little radio flyer on New Mexico State. They don't like each other. And guess what? Starting tomorrow, I don't like them either. All right. Man, so you like that play, right? You on it?
I want a dick rubbed on me tonight.
Load that gun up,
hey,
baby.
some gals there in Las Cruces are going to be saying that about Diego.
I love this play. New Mexico State plus. I'm seeing 14.5. I don't care. Nice revenge game. Get New Mexico out of the Pit. They're a different team too.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Saturday college football.
Okay, now we're talking.
Bowl season. Bowl mania.
We got 6 games. Is that right?
6 games plus the FCS game.
Oh my god!
You also got the Celebration Bowl. Don't sleep on the Celebration Bowl.
Love the Celebration Bowl.
For live dogs.
Okay.
It's a hard slate. I think the best live dog is sitting there in Shreveport, Louisiana.
I was just going to say that.
With the California Golden Bears. Catching 3.
Yeah, everyone likes that because Texas Tech, no one's playing for Texas Tech.
Well, and also Texas Tech. I don't think none of these fan bases are showing up there. Cal fans, they don't even know where Shreveport is.
Yeah, Cal's Cal's not showing up. The only thing I don't like about Cal is their offense coordinator.
He's gone.
He's gone to Baylor.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of the reason why Cal was good this year. Like they were, you know what I mean?
True.
They were the
Very
same
true.
Cal team with offense, because his coordinator. So him taking off the Baylor doesn't give me the confidence on a Texas Tech team you're kind of buying pretty low on. Very disappointing season. They can save it with this game, even though they're losing a lot of players. If all their players were playing for Texas Tech, this line's like 10. You know what I mean? So you're still catching them at 3 at home. That's what I can't really get there with Cal. Although I see it. I mean, I definitely see them, having a good chance. My dog, who I like, who did I like there? Where was he?
I mean, the Montana Grizzlies in the FCS playoffs getting 1.5.
That one keeps moving all around. Yeah.
North Dakota State's head coach is already looking at real estate over at friggin' Hermosa Beach. All right, so we're all over that one. Now, I'll tell you, the Celebration Bowl is interesting to me because look, I'm on a bunch of favorites this weekend.
Okay,
Chalk Dundee over here. Howard played well against the 2 FBSs they played. Now, I still took Florida A&M, the Rattlers. Willie Sims done a great job, but the line is telling me, that Howard is live because I thought that line would be more like 13-14, 6-5 is what Howard's record is.
Okay.
11-1 is what Florida A&M's record is. The line is telling me that the Howard Bison are fucking live in Atlanta at the Celebration Bowl. Look, I know I told you take Florida A&M on the show, but if we're talking about moneyline dogs, sprinkle a little bit on the Howard Bison.
Play your Lake of Fire song. I feel you have to play something hip hop for Celebration Bowl. We gotta get in the mood.
There we go. Where the hell is my Lake of Fire song? It's somewhere here. That's the Bobby Petrino song.
Now we got a problem. Now we got a problem.
Where the hell is it?
It's all right. I didn't mean to put you on the spot there.
Let's play here.
Anything as the coach saying is anything urban.
Yeah, there we go. Howard, moneyline, Atlanta.
Now this is offensive. I like it. Now we're talking weekend bombs. So we gave out both sides of this one. I like that.
I mean, I took all these favorites.
The numbers.
If I had to talk into, and that came down since I picked it.
Right.
If I had to talk myself into one other dog, I do love the Montana play in Missoula. I love that play. There's not much value on it. So I think Cal is the one dog I like.
Okay.
If I had to be talked into a second one, it would be Fresno because even though Jeff Tedford, their head coach, is out,
right?
Like I believe you see, Caleb DeBauer used to be his OC.
Yes,
his OC last year is now at Missouri. They went 10-2. Like he keeps a good coaching staff, so it wouldn't shock me. But I still am on New Mexico State because I think that game's in the cold. Diego pissing Pavia. They're trying to have. They've never had an 11-win season,
right?
So there's a lot of logic for taking New Mexico State there. So on the football front, my only dogs, I think, sprinkle a little bit on Howard, but the other ones, Montana and Cal.
Yeah, here's a dog I kind of like. I know their quarterback's out, which is never good. Miami, Ohio, and that Appalachian State.
Not only is their quarterback out, their backup hit the portal.
Yeah,
so they're on a guy that's never fucking thrown a pass in college football,
which is good. Which normally we would have a problem. But this game, where's it being played at?
This one's in Orlando.
Now it's supposed to be bad weather, even though it's Orlando. It's supposed to be one of those Florida storms, where they batten up the hatches for an hour and you think you're going to die and they're fine with it. Alligators are swirling around like a tornado. And it's supposed to be like 50-mile-an-hour winds, like just an absolute fucking nor'easter down there, or whatever, just let like go. So you kind of want a quarterback who's not able to throw the ball, who doesn't want to risk tossing the ball.
So you're on the Red Hawks.
If I'm looking at a dog, and that's a nice size dog, plus 6.5.
Mid-size, if you're looking at a fucking, maybe a Shetland sheepdog.
I'm thinking because of the weather. I like the under, by the way. Yeah. It's crashing down. It was at 40, now it's at 42.5. Yeah, give me Miami, Ohio.
Maybe a corgi. Get a little fucking corgi over there in Miami, Ohio. Folks, I want to tell you we're brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting analytics platform. Parlays, player props, and game lines. Research every NFL, NBA, and soccer bet with historical stats and data. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. Saturday's got some college basketball games that are fucking fantastic. So I think if you're looking for the real bombs,
we're skipping all those bowl. Yeah, you're right with those.
I'm on the favorites.
Yeah, no. Even Ohio, I wanted, but both their quarterbacks.
Yeah,
are out,
and both their running backs. They're on a third string running back. Yeah, these games are so stupid.
I know.
It's like a fucking spring game.
I like Georgia Southern for sure. And then Celebration Bowl, we wanted LA Bowl here with Gronk. Yeah, I might be reporting, by the way.
Oh yeah,
there might be Bet Detective Man on the streets down there in SoFi Stadium. Still working out the releases for my assistant's still trying to work out travel arrangements, and I mean travel arrangements. I mean driving to Englewood.
Yeah, which is like a $200 Uber.
Yeah, it's not easy. Trust me, getting in and out of there. So if that works out, possibly we get there. But Boise State's quarterback is out too,
and their backup.
Yeah,
they're on their third string.
Good Lord,
what are we doing here?
But I can't bet favorites in bowl games either.
No, UCLA is going to win that game.
You said it's at 4.5 as well. I like UCLA. Who's your favorite of those favorites? Who's your favorite? And I can't believe you're going against Diego, by the way, as your dog.
No. I mean, I'm saying if I was forced I took Diego pissing Pavia, right. But
I can actually see as a dog a minor little pup.
Yeah,
and I know one is actually can hit, and I know we've been riding Jacksonville State all year, but UL Lafayette, first one in the morning, they're a better team. No, not at all. Better competition.
It's one of the bowl games I trust Jacksonville State. I don't trust a lot of these bowl games, but Jacksonville State.
But they've never been there too. Is there anything to that? UL Lafayette's at least been there.
Rich Rod used to be an OC in this very stadium. He went undefeated with Tulane back when they had Sean King.
I know it's Rich Rod. We've been riding Rich Rod all year.
Converse.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm all over Jacksonville State. I think Louisiana's coach Michael Desmarais. He's so close to being fired.
All right, fair enough. I like that. No,
watch Louisiana win by 20.
Well, I just think they have been there before, and this is going to be all new to Rich Rod's players.
It's New Orleans. You think they could be hungover? You got a point there. I've never not. I checked in once to a hotel in New Orleans. I think it was the first time I ever went to New Orleans. And as I'm unloading the luggage from the car, there was like a couple looked like a married couple in their 50s leaving the hotel, but like walking out to where the car, where you come and they take your bags.
Yeah.
And they were arguing, intense argument, talking shit to one another right up in their face. And the guy, like they're talking shit to one another.
I don't know where the story's going, but I love it.
Well, the guy stops talking shit for 1 second to vomit.
Okay. Yeah.
All over the street. And I was like, this is New Orleans.
Right. It's New Orleans.
This is fucking New Orleans.
It all gets steam brushed down to the bottom of the hill in the morning anyways. It's amazing when you see the Bourbon Street at the end of the night, the way they do, they just steam it all the way downhill. And if you're in there, God help you if you get caught downstream of the vomit and hurricanes and whatever get mixed up in those.
We got to get out of here, man. It's only just a quick little 38-minute episode because they're
getting in here. All right. Let's fire through whatever you want to fire.
Well, I just thinking there's a couple college basketball dogs absolutely. For Saturday.
Let's get into it.
Now we
Saturday
don't have official lines yet.
Right. Yeah, the game of the year so far, Arizona, Purdue, only on the Peacock Network.
Yeah, good luck.
That's my most exciting thing about that. I can't wait.
What's easier to watch, the Pac-12 Network or the Peacock?
I know. I mean, what do I got to go to a mall kiosk and sign up for an iPad to get this thing? Like,
yeah, that's in Indianapolis, so I lean Purdue.
Line's -3. They're projecting.
Yeah. I think Purdue is going to get that done.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you about Kansas going into Bloomington. Kansas is going to be 4.5 point favorites in Bloomington. Any chance you're going to ride? Bobby Knight died just a couple weeks back.
Bobby Knight died so we could throw some chairs. Early game, right?
Early game, 9:30 a.m. Western tip.
Sure. I can smell that. I'd like to be getting more than that. Kansas is pretty fucking good though.
Can I give you one off the beaten path?
Yes,
I think.
Thank you.
I think James Madison's due for a loss. They're going to Hampton. Now the only problem is Hampton's horrible. They're 4-5, but. Little Virginia school, little rivalry game. The line's going to be enormous. It's going to be like 20. Take the points. You got one out there before we get out of here? How about Michigan State beating Baylor?
I don't like Michigan State beating Baylor. I do like Memphis beating Clemson though.
I like that one too.
That one's my favorite.
With all that FedEx blood money.
A lot of FedEx blood money. Yeah, you get down there, those Saturday afternoon games down there, Memphis.
Yeah, BB Kings will be rocking. All right, folks, we are this is a shorter show than normal because we got the Sports Gambling Podcast going live.
That's all right because this is the beginning of so much more coming up.
I'll be back tonight talking college basketball, best bets and every game on the slate. Like we do every night on the College Basketball Experience. Subscribe, tell a friend, give CJ Sullivan a follow on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience and College Football Experience are on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/the College Experience. And folks, until next time.
Bottom Line Bomb, subscribe, YouTube. Make sure you do that. And spot anything Bottom Line Bomb, subscribe to.
Now we got a problem. Folks, until next time, this is the college experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Mailbox 1. Kevin. Messages. 1.
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart my body and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun my body and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo my body and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession.